All right, going first here in the next match, and I'm gonna open with this move. As I'm going first, I went for it the last game as well, but I didn't take such a risky opening. And here comes the immediate problem. I can be checked by blue, and green is also threatening to trade bishops. So of those, I mean the check is the worst because blue is to my left. So say he checks, I block the check, and then green or yellow takes advantage of me. That's not so nice. So basically immediately punished as hard as possible for that opening, because both players chose to move their queen pawn. Now let's see if green trades with me. If green does not trade with me, I'm still happy with the position. Okay. So now I'm going to block from this side as well. And now I've sort of not gone for the speedy promotion opening anymore. Now this is just a very defensive opening. An opening which also makes it a bit hard to fianchetto. So I don't think I'm going to be looking to fianchetto this game on either side, as both players have already chosen to do so on my left and right. Given that I'm not fianchettoing, it makes sense to make this move immediately. However, this bishop has several choices of where it will go, so I don't mind moving the knight first, as the knight will pretty much always go to this square. And now there are several ways to approach this. I feel a little bit hesitant to say I want to castle right now. So let's just move this knight first. Looks like green may be able to get away with some shenanigans here. That is getting an early promotion. Which is rather annoying for me. Okay, now I would say with this bishop on this square, I'm going to move the bishop to here to protect this knight. And I could reroute this knight probably to J3. Okay. So I didn't notice what was going on over there. It looks like I have solved some of my problems. So now green's bishop is going to be gone. So now I can move this knight out, and I don't have to deal with any light squared bishop on this diagonal. Sure. Let's go back here. I'm trying to get to this square, but if I move forward first, and then there's some trouble when I run into blue moving his knight and this bishop targeting me. There's no reason to add that, to assume that extra risk, really. That I can see, anyway. Basically, the only reason I would put the knight here instead of here is if I wanted to move it to this light square right here, which I don't really want to. So, now that I have both knights over by my king, it's looking a bit safer to castle, though there's nothing really rushing me. Okay. I'm also going to block off this bishop so that I can move my own bishop out. Probably move it to a square where I'm looking at blue's king. We might get an opportunity to throw a check at blue later. Okay, blue's starting to make some nice pawn moves. I'm going to try to start some operations of my own, but with green's queen sitting in the middle, it's not going to be as quick as it might otherwise be. Okay. It's a bit of a dangerous move by green, saying that he wants to promote 2 pawns before anyone else promotes 1. He's got to keep in mind his queen is also, or his knight is also pinned to his queen here. So I could make a move like this right now, and if his knight takes knight, then my bishop takes queen. Of course, he could just stay there since he has plenty of protection for this knight. I do want to move this rook first. The reason I want to move this rook is I was looking at green's moving this pawn to k4. Anytime that happens, I want to retreat my knight to I1. I don't want to move it anywhere else. So moving this rook now is going to be better. And now I think I'm ready to start moving a few pawns. My immediate goal is to stop green from making an additional queen. I think blue is also working on doing that, though he might have yellow sort of distracting him over there. And my second goal, of course, is to make queens of my own. But alright, let's get technical, or let's get specific. How do I make a queen here? Well, I can't. So I sort of have to wait for an opportunity to present itself. And I do like this move by blue, preventing green from ever making this into a queen, so I don't have to move forward. I don't have to risk my own neck yet to stop green. Okay, and blue also does have some troubles with a bit of an open king now, but he looks... it's not too dangerous just yet, because he does have the bishop and the knight by his king protecting. Okay, yellow has not committed to castling yet. That's also fine. He has a nice open rook over here, so looks like yellow's doing okay. Green is also protecting his king very strongly. But now it looks like I could do this knight move and get some benefit out of it. Here's why, because if his knight takes now, I still get the queen. If he doesn't take, well, I'm threatening to take his knight and win a piece. Actually, I'm not, because I don't have my queen on g1 anymore. But I am threatening to make a check here and trade with his bishop. So if I can take off green's light squared bishop, dark squared bishop, I think that's worth trading my knight to do. I'm just checking if there's anyone else who's going to try and take advantage of me while I do that. Perhaps not. So of course green cannot move into the corner because then I'll fork his king and queen. He cannot move up because of yellow's bishop. So he must trade. And trading your knight for a bishop is sort of a benefit in and of itself. Of course, the other players will not have lost a knight, so I do have to be careful about that. But now I don't have to deal with any dark squared bishops from green ever again. Okay, and he certainly missed this fork. So this is even better. And of course, he's also being attacked over here. So green's center looks like it will start to collapse. As when yellow takes here and I take this queen, he'll only be able to recapture one. Blue wants to trade bishops with me. Yellow's not taking this queen. Okay. So traded knight for a queen. That's good. Now I don't have to worry about this knight anymore. I can start dealing with trades on my bishop, etc. Okay, it looks like yellow chose to protect this pawn before taking the queen, as green was in check anyway. I'm curious to see whether he'll still take this, because now it's looking more like green would just take back and make another queen. So it's probably actually not good to take this right now. And well, let's see. Green's probably going to take this knight. Green chose to move that queen and check. Okay, so now I can save the knight. And I should probably bring it to here as a bishop and queen covering. I'm threatening it once again to take this bishop. Also threatening to capture this pawn and fork the rooks. What was that? Oh, he's in check. Right. I was curious about that. And yellow's in some danger. He should go to the right. If he goes to the left, that looks like it'll be close to a checkmate. And perhaps, even worse, because he'll be in check and he'll start losing pieces. So maybe go to the right, and then it's harder to be checked. Oh, no, sorry. This pawn could still be taken. So yeah, looks like green's going to keep checking yellow, and blue's going to mop up yellow. But green himself has not really defended, so it's all going to come down to what green decides to do. If I was green, I would start defending myself and stop checking yellow. Yeah. Now I think it's important to take this bishop off. And here I'm even threatening to take this knight and take the second knight with my queen. Though I'm not necessarily going to do that. And blue, I don't really think blue should have done that. Blue just traded queens with no reason to do so. This is now getting quite interesting. I could start taking these knights, but the only problem is anytime then blue could just give me a check. So I'm going to bring this knight in first. Make it so that once I start this attack, then it will be quicker to checkmate. I'm also going to get my king off this square before I move forward. And at that point, I should just be able to take the knight. And if blue takes this pawn, I'll just keep killing green. It's also possible that I should just stop trying to kill green because he's already dead, basically. And start worrying about these blue pawns that are encroaching a bit. Let me take one move to do that. And blue has now sacrificed this pawn. Looks like a mistake. Yeah, since I moved this pawn up, it's been in jeopardy, so. Ooh. Yeah. That's crazy. I may have just lost my queen because of the teaming there. That's something I actually should have picked up tactically. That's something you actually really need to pay attention to if you want to be a 1600 player. You know, any player that moves in between you and another player can take advantage. So I might pay the price for that. Okay, I'm not sure why green didn't choose to take that. I certainly would have. So I got very lucky there. Let me move back and try to hold this pawn. Yeah, everyone even mentioned it in the chat. Though yellow is the one who said no cooperation. And now blue is trying to cooperate really hard with green. Now if green moves in the knight, I have to not take this bishop and defend against the checkmate. Okay, I'm going to do the stop chat command because I'm a little afraid of some teaming starting to begin in the chat, since I'm starting to do well. Alright, is that something I can ignore? It's tough to ignore, but I think I have to take this. And green will, of course, take this. Oh, actually, green cannot even take this pawn now because I covered it. So this queen move is very strong here. Okay, blue getting low on time. So it's good that my queen is placed here. I'll be able to attack him if I need to. Attack his king anyway. Okay, let me just bring this bishop back. Protect my own king. That doesn't do anything just yet. Move this pawn up one. Of course, green can now consider taking my pawn here. And I also drop this pawn to b pawn. Oh. Okay. Luckily, this pawn is still covered. So the only thing to do now is just calmly meet that threat. Well, he's not really threatening anything. Actually, at this point, I don't think I'm checkmating green that soon, so I'm just going to bring this knight back. Attack the rook. Now, green has to make a choice between taking this blue pawn and otherwise. So now, looks like I'm letting blue promote. Not something I was originally intending to do, unfortunately. This knight is sort of left out to dry. Well, I can always put it here, right? Starting to get a little tense. I think green should have taken that pawn rather than just promote. Though, in any case, having an extra queen is always nice. And here, oh, I guess he didn't want me to be able to move forward. That makes sense. And here, I'm just going to move the rook forward. Let's see whether blue and green become embroiled in something here. Okay, once again, green cannot checkmate me because I'm bishop protecting. I have rook protecting this pawn. Blue's taking a pawn. What I'm doing is setting up to bring the rook over. Okay, he brings the knight back. I have to move the queen. I can throw a check though, and so I will. Once again, I don't want blue to take too many of green's pieces here, so I'm watching out for that. But it doesn't look like blue can take anything immediately. Blue almost timing out there. Green, yellow setting up a skewer. Okay, so now looks like it's going to be an all-out clown fiesta going for green's king between three people. See what happens. But actually, not really though. It looks like blue's just going back to attacking my pawn. So let's come back and well, no, let's take this. So actually, you know, I don't believe it, but I'm actually going to defend this pawn over taking a free knight. Blue taking a yellow pawn. And now I could still take this knight. Yeah, okay, so now blue's not going to take my pawn because he has to deal with his own queen. So this seems like a better time to do it. I'm not sure whether green will choose to save his queen or just try to get a little bit more in terms of points. Yeah, okay. Blue really taking a lot of pawns. Green could actually take this knight right now because my stuff is pinned down. Okay, this game is actually flowing very slowly. But now that this green pawn is down, I can start rolling. That will of course open up blue's rook to green, but I still don't see a checkmate there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my own pawn up. And well, I still have a queen, and I have the most points. So everyone else has lost their natural queen. Blue promoted to 1, so he still has 1. Okay, good. Other players trading. That's what we like to see. I'm going to bring this back and then move this pawn soon. I just need to find a good square for my knight first. See if I can put this knight anywhere. Where would I put it? I'll just put it on J4 for now. Seems okay. There is a pawn move from green to attack it, but yellow could always screw with that pawn. It's getting very intense now. But here I can actually start bowling a pawn, and two more moves and I'll have queen, so. This is basically what the whole game's been building up toward. My king's still pretty safe, so it's basically optimal. Yellow has a surprisingly safe king for the number of pawns he has, the number of pieces he has. Okay, blue threatening my queen. I don't think it's the time yet for trading for points like that. Certainly not. So I'm just going to bring the queen back and sort of try to keep a stranglehold on the position. Now, I do see that green is attacking as well. Now blue could go for opening up this bishop and queen against my king, but he'd have to sack a few pawns to do it, and I don't think that would be prudent. Let's protect this pawn. Okay, so I can feel a little bit of teaming starting to come in from blue and green. They're hesitant to attack one another because I have two queens, which is perfectly normal and natural. Okay, I can use my two queens to do things like pick off this blue pawn. Though that would open up this rook. Not sure how quickly I want to do that. I do want to get another rook out here. Get it in front of my king. Do to protect this pawn now. There's a fork. Right, so blue's all out gunning for me. Yellow could be all out gunning for me, I don't know. And green is basically all out gunning for me, so yeah, this is not exactly the situation you want to be in. Blue could even consider just taking the pawn. He won't though. Why take it now when you could just take it next turn, guaranteed? Okay, I must take with the pawn. Blue can win this one while threatening my queen. Green closing it up. I guess that's acceptable. Perhaps I want to come back here. 9 seconds. Okay, interestingly, this pawn is now hanging. Green could take that. I do like blue's choice to keep his queen next to his king. It's sort of a good maneuver when you're getting low on pieces. Though I don't understand the idea to trade here in this instance. Why would he want to do that? I mean, I'll trade, sure. That can't benefit him, really. I don't think. What is that? That has to be a misclick. There's no reason for him to move the rook right now. I'm actually going to just hold this pawn more tightly. So it looks like we're starting to see some weakness out of blue. And also, since green blocked this up, it's harder for yellow to attack me, so Both of those things are now working in my favor. Of course, it's getting very, very hard for me to make more queens. And I don't even want to try to promote any of these pawns around my king until there's fewer players and fewer pieces on the board. I'm just going to try and hold these 2 pawns. Let's see. Blue's very, very low on time. That's probably why he's starting to make some mistakes as well. I did forget about that. Now this yellow pawn, still can't really attack that. So let's just bring this queen back again. And I can think about where I want to go with that. I can start moving this pawn, at least. Nothing is really easy to attack though. No, everyone's sort of keeping themselves relatively safe. There are no ways to cherry pick right now. Okay, I'm gonna move this back. Didn't see that. So he just resigned. Let me set up something against blue then. I can set up a checkmate threat along this diagonal, at the very least. Or if not checkmate, at least, ruin his whole position threat. So now if yellow's coming into trade, and he has to defend this as well, yeah, then yellow gets to trade, and I'm happy when people trade. Not happy when that happens though. So now I have to do this to prevent the checkmate threat down here. Now this pawn can be taken. Oh no, I will get a turn before that. So yeah, looks like they're both being very wary of me, and I still have 2 queens. And kudos to blue for staying in this long with such little time on his clock. I guess yellow can now take this pawn, but I will move here. There's no need for me to take the bishop just yet. Oh, this is getting very sketchy. I mean, blue could be attacking yellow right now as well, but he's not. So all right, somebody has to do something here. Oh, I did just lose that pawn. So not much left for me to attack with. But now that I've lost so many pawns, it might... Well, I guess not. Guess the teaming will continue. Blue could even take this knight now. Come on, man. That's like blatant teaming if he doesn't take that. Yeah. So. Now he takes it. Sure. At least it got taken, right? Now I do need to bring this back. Looking to pick off my last pawn over there. Oh, crap, man. Forgot about that. Forgot that that would be a promotion. That is a bit of a problem now. I'm on my last legs. Looks like blue will likely take this. Unless yellow can find it in his heart to forgive and to attack blue. I hardly have the resources to do anything about him because I have to stand here and watch as yellow attacks, as yellow threatens to checkmate me the whole game. So he's still trying to checkmate me, so. I do admire how much blue is getting done with so few pieces here. This position is quite good. These knights are killers, controlling the checkmate square down here. Of course, I think if yellow just teed up on this file, yeah, start teeing up in that file, and you could get a checkmate, man. Not too much for me to do. Except hope yellow starts making some good moves. There might be some opportunity for, like, if blue would check here, I might be able to get a checkmate. Looks like no. It's frustrating. Yellow's still wanting to trade with me. If I throw a check here right now, oh, I'd just get taken actually. Right. Do I trade with yellow? I should not trade with yellow. There's no reason to. He still might trade with me. Yellow, please just double up and go kill him. Yellow's the only one who can make an attack on blue. There we go. Okay. So once again, I'm affirming my affirming my commitment to let yellow kill blue. I will not obstruct this justice. Okay, and now I can even make some opportunistic plays. Should blue take this rook back, he will be checkmated. Or that. That was very unfortunate. Now there's not a whole lot I can see myself doing. Oh, I will be second. Oh, he can just resign anyway. Yeah. Sure. So blue can just claim a win now by points. Of course, he certainly doesn't need to, but given that he's not, I will not resign because there's still hope. So to win this, I'd have to take a few pieces of his, get myself within 20 points, and then still checkmate him. Doesn't seem too likely. Hopefully this game will still earn me a few points though. I will have beaten 2 players and lost to 1 player. Though the rating situation might hurt me. I'm just gonna sack everything for my 2 queens. Yeah. Okay, so now if I move up, I can't even make a queen. So time to resign. Alright, and well played by blue. He not only had a good opening, nice setup over here, with I would say 1 clear hole, which was along this the 11th file. Yellow, time and time again, could have easily just went to shut him down, but instead it was gutting for me. So yeah, that's one of the problems sometimes if you promote too early. At that time I did, perhaps. So thanks for watching, guys, and leave any comments you have in the comments section. This one was definitely intense, and I will taking a break now. Okay.